My name is Robin Sage. I'm a medical intuitive. That means I'm an energy reader and healer that is focused on health issues. I'm also clairvoyant and a channeler. I'd like to talk about healing because all of us need healing, and it is something that you can all do for yourselves. You can pay someone like me to give you a healing, but you can also do it yourself, and it's obviously less expensive. It makes sense to get a kickstart with a healer, but you can really do this yourself. And this is something that you'll need to do over and over again. It's not like taking a pill and boom, it's gone. So it's something that takes work, and when you do the work, it's extremely effective. So there are many illnesses, obviously, that a person can have. Everything from physical maladies, cancer, tumors, um, bone breaks, and the like. And there are, of course, energetic illnesses where you simply feel tired all the time. You have brain fog. It doesn't matter what kind of disability you have, you can heal this, and it can be pretty quick and pretty amazing, life-changing. Okay, so a little bit of backstory so that you understand why you're doing what you're doing, what I'm going to be showing you. Um, Basically, we are our own temples of light, and what happens through the history of our life and past lives, because we've all had many, most of us have had many, many, many. And all of the traumas that happen in your life, and even the little things, or you might think that they're little, but they really affect you. Um, those things, we can call them emotional traumas. All those emotional traumas will affect you so negatively if you don't heal them, that they will begin to cause physical maladies. And that physical malady, again, can just be a loss of energy. And that's major because that can be disabling. If you don't have energy, um, you're almost as good as dead, because you just won't have the willpower to get up and do all the wonderful things that you'd like to do. And you don't have the joie de vivre, to live. So healing can be on many different levels, but I don't think there's a person alive on this planet that doesn't need some sort of healing. And this is simply because we're not trained to do so at a young age, because there's a lack of consciousness in this world. And so I would like to help close that gap and to explain how you can heal yourself and be extremely effective. So all of these experiences, and many of them were with people, because it usually takes another person to create a type of wound. Not always, but a lot of them are involving other people. And so what happens is, when you're down, when you're low energy, when you're not filled with self-esteem, and something happens, someone says you're ugly or you're fat or whatever it is, or you have a major, relationship problem, or someone screams at you, or whatever happens, your parents drop you when you're an infant, whatever it is, it creates an opening for their energy to come into your system. So if John says something that hurts you, and you're not able to let it roll off your shoulders, to let it go, then what you'll have energetically is something that represents John in your space. It might look just like John, or it might be a symbol. So, for example, if John drove a Ferrari, if I were to give you a healing, or if you're giving yourself a healing, closing your eyes and meditating and giving yourself a healing, you might see a picture of a Ferrari, or is that what car I said? Whatever car I just said. I thought of a million different types of cars. I started with tractor, but anyway. Um, so you'll always see some sort of symbol, but you might not recognize that symbol as being related to that person or that experience. Another example, if you were burned at the stake in a past life, you might see a burning cross. That is what I often see when I'm giving people readings, especially people like me who have been healers, who have been, threats to the powers at will, and those powers want to put those kind of people down, i.e. kill them. Uh, so there's many different symbols. If a dog bit you, you might, when you're looking at your energy, you might see a scar on your leg, you might see a dog, whatever it is, you need it out. You need it cleared and you need it out. So that's the important thing to remember. All this stuff just accumulates inside of your body, layers and layers and layers. So another thing is that this is what I hear in readings all the time. I'll say, I see your father's energy in your space. Oh, I thought I healed that. I did so much work. I released all the anger. So one thing that happens is it could be your father you had an issue with lifetimes ago, 10 lifetimes ago, and then the 9th lifetime ago, there was something with a male, and then the 8th, 7th, until you're in your present time, and then you have an issue with your father. Now that's just your father from this lifetime. So you have to clear basically all those lifetimes, and that takes time. So don't get overwhelmed, because everything that you do energetically, every kind of healing that you do, modality, etc., is effective, and you're clearing a lot every time you sit down and do this exercise that I'm going to show you. Keep the faith, and you have to believe, and you don't even have to believe, but if you believe, it helps, because then you'll keep going. So I'm trying to think of different examples. Other energies that are in your space could be entities. They can be beings that are of the darkness. They can be, there are a lot of really positive ETs, extraterrestrials, but there are also a lot of really dark and destructive ones. There can be conglomerates, that is, energies that focus on a business. There can be family beings that cause trouble in your entire family. There's so much that is embedded into your space, because if you're not filled with light and feeling empowered, those energies just creep right in. So the most important thing that you can do is fill yourself with love and with light, right? That wonderful cliche that we've heard forever. People write it on the end of the letter, love and light. And, some people like to mock it. I, probably do too. But that's actually the truth. The truth is, those are the things that heal. And forgiveness, but not the kind of forgiveness where you open yourself up again to that person and then they just clobber you again. So boundaries, boundaries, boundaries. Strict boundaries if you would like to heal. You must learn to say no. All right. And you must learn to say yes to the positive light, and always keep your eye and your intention, everything focused on the light. Which choice should I choose? Which one is of the light? A friend of mine was talking to me about investing in different Bitcoins and things like that. And I always look at the energy of what's the intention behind it? Is it of the light or is it of the darkness? Or, where is it on that scale before I make any decisions? So that's an important thing to remember. All right, so let's begin. I'd like to do this as an interactive experience for you. So don't just listen to what I'm saying. I'd like you now to close your eyes and participate, experience. Otherwise, you're not going to do this and you're not going to get the fullest benefit. So close your eyes now. Begin to take deep breaths. Ground your body. If you don't know what that means, just pretend that you do and do it. Come into your body, because all of us are out of our bodies. That just means that our energy is not quite aligned with our center. It's like usually hovering in front of us. Got my hands out in front, but you can't see. Sometimes it's behind, depending on where you're stuck, the past, the future, etc. Fill yourself with light from the inside out and let it expand. This is the basis of all healing work and the most important step. Filling is so important. Filling yourself with light from the inside out. You imagine that. So as you're doing the clearing work, you have to consistently come back to this. The breathing, the filling with light, and the feeling safe and love. Allow your energies to find their center. You can do that however you like. You can imagine your chakras lighting up. Keep taking deep breaths. This is what fills you with energy. You can see a rod of light going through your center and use that as your barometer of your center. You can fill your heart or your solar plexus or the point between your heart and your solar plexus with light and use that as your center. You can use a grounding cord from your feet going down into the earth. And you might want to try this standing up. When you're standing up or laying down, if you can stay awake, you're the most, you're in a line, right? You're not bending. And also keep your legs and arms uncrossed. This is a really powerful position. If your eyes are closed, I've got my fingertips touching in the center of me. This is where the prayer comes from. When you sit down, as our tradition, many traditions, is to put your hands together, maybe before you eat, or maybe when you're greeting a person. What it does is it's aligning your energies so that you're ready for food or ready in your best energy, showing your best foot forward, whatever you want to say. When you meet a person, this is a very important position, and we've forgotten what this means. We just go, Namaste. But without intention and meaning. So you can put your fingers like this with air between, or you can close the gap. I personally like this position a lot, but it doesn't matter as long as you're feeling your energies centering. That's the whole point. So allow your energies to center and take deep breaths. Smile, that brings in joy, and that's a strengthful energy. Gratitude, joy, love, happiness, whatever you want to call it, whatever is positive. Appreciation. These are building forces, strongest in the world. So this is the foundation that you want before you start doing any kind of clearing work. So what you're going to do is you're going to keep your eyes closed, take deep breaths, and you're just going to see what you see. Allow yourself to be clairvoyant. We all are. Don't buy into this, you can be clairvoyant, but I can't. You were born that way, but I wasn't. It's all nonsense. We are all clairvoyant. You just need a teacher or allowance to do so. So if I say, imagine a red apple, close your eyes and imagine a red apple. Now imagine that you're taking a bite of that red apple. I'm pretty sure that all of you can do that. If you can't do the apple, try an orange. Do you see an orange? Can you imagine an orange? Can you imagine biting into an orange? It's nice and tasty. I'm pretty sure that all of you can do that. So that is your clairvoyance. You were just clairvoyant. Okay, so you're in meditation, and the intention is that you're looking at yourself. What do you need to heal? So maybe you'll see a color that you need to heal. Maybe you'll see a bone that needs to heal. Maybe you'll think of, oh, my heart really hurts. I had a heart attack. I'm sad. I had a bad breakup, or I feel low self-esteem based on how I feel about myself. I think I'm a loser, right? These are all normal human emotions, unfortunately. So whatever you're going through, allow yourself to see it, feel it. You don't have to see it specifically. Allow it to well up. Allow yourself to match a color to it. All you're going to do now is take your hand and move that color, that symbol, that person, that experience, that past life, whatever it is, move it out. Take a deep breath, move it out. Get stronger and stronger with your intention of, I'm moving that out. I'm moving that out, okay? So I'm demonstrating now. You can watch or not watch. I yawned. That means that I am physically removing that thing. So everything will show up as an energy color, a shape, a person, a being, etc. These things are real. These things are physical. They're not physical like 3D things, but they are physical. And people like me and you and other energy workers, we see these things clairvoyantly, and they are symbolic of the physicality of what's going on in your body. You might see a web, you might see a pattern, you might see energy shooting up or stagnant. There's so much that you will see if you let yourself relax. Take deep breaths, allow your mind to open, your clairvoyant center to become exuberant, alive. And whatever you see, I want you to stick with that, because if you don't finish clearing that first thing completely, you're not going to really move on to the next. And you're also going to be denying yourself the privilege of healing what's most important to heal. So what you see first is going to be the most important. So allow yourself to keep it simple. Maybe if you're not seeing something, and you probably won't until you get a little sleepy and you start almost leaving your body, i.e. almost going to sleep, that's when you become super clairvoyant. You're going to see more stuff and you're going to be like, oh, that's what she was talking about. So maybe when you're lying in your bed before you go to sleep, or maybe in the morning when you're kind of fresh, relax, take deep breaths, because that's what allows you to open. That's what allows your cells to open into healing, and also your mind to open its clairvoyant abilities, which you have. Okay, go back to that first thing that you saw, and I want you to wipe it away, wipe it away, wipe it away. Be really strict about it. Be really tough about it. You stay relaxed, but you're diligent. Clear it away. Clear it away right now. Clear it away. You'll probably start seeing a person that this is related to. Say hello to that person energetically, whatever you're seeing. You might see a color. You might just have an awareness suddenly of a person. You might feel their energy. Clear it away. It does not belong in your space. Only your energy belongs in your space. This is your temple of light. And believe me, if you have all this shit in your space, you will not be a temple of light. You will not have energy and you will not think clearly. So clear it, move it, move it. Give yourself permission. You can do it. Move it out. You might see a symbol. I just saw train tracks, for example. You don't have to read the energy. In other words, you don't have to know what it means. Sometimes I get curious and I'll start saying, hello, what does that mean? You can do that, but it'll stop the process. Another thing I want to say, when you're getting a reading from a healer like me, don't talk a lot, because every minute, every second that you're talking, you're stopping your healer from giving you a healing. So zip it if you want a good healing. And if your reader starts talking, it means they're reading the energy, not healing the energy. I can do both at the same time, but the healing is always going to be better if I'm focused and not talking about the what is causing this. But everyone wants to know. Most people want to know, why? How did that get there? Why? And to me, it sounds like wah. So if you really want to heal, just let the process happen. Let your healer do the work in a more focused manner. And you keep filling with light. That's your job. Okay? So we're clearing that thing. It's going to turn into different things. If you want, clear it down. You can see my hand is moving down. So I'm asking that energy that I saw to move down and out of my body. You can move it up, you can move it side. I really don't think it matters, as long as you get it out and don't get distracted. Take deep breaths, fill yourself with light, smile. Fill yourself with love, fill yourself with light. Align yourself with source. Connect in with source. This is all of what we're after. Okay? And when you clear out all the shit from your space, all the people, all the past lives, all the childhood memories, traumas, etc., it's going to make it easier for you to align with source. Much, much easier. You'll have the energy. Now, if you are meditating correctly, you're going to love it. So there's not going to be any, I don't want to meditate, I can't focus, I don't want to sit down, I've got ADD, I can't sit still for 3 seconds. You're going to love it. You're going to start feeling this like juice, this prana, this like electric yumminess. And it's yourself, it's you expanding, it's you meeting yourself for the first time. Let it happen. Let yourself be divine. You are all divine. It's just a choice if you're going to go towards the light or the other side. So fill yourself with light and love. Love is about allowing yourself to be powerful. That is what you were made here for. That is what you're here to learn. And to have a fun time while you're doing it. All right, how are you doing? How are you doing? Fill yourself with light. Let it get stronger and stronger and stronger. Be powerful. Good. And that thing that you were releasing will release naturally with your help. So you can do this for a whole hour without me talking. It's going to be so much easier. And you're going to just, one thing's going to lead to the next, to the next, to the next. Now, if you're new at this, you might just want to do this for 5 minutes and gradually work your way up. I can do this for an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours, but I've been doing this work for, professionally for over 21 years. So give yourself some time. And after a while, After you get through, after you work yourself up, your way up to an hour, that's when it's gonna feel a lot juicier, but you have to take the baby steps to get there. Don't expect yourself to go from 1 to 100 in one day. All right, be gentle, be easy on yourself. Keep saying hello to that thing. And anything that you see, when you close your eyes and your intention is to heal yourself, it's all going to be foreign energy, i.e. it's all going to be not your energy, and it all needs to go. So don't worry about, I don't even know what this is that I'm releasing. Maybe it's my shoulder. Maybe it's my true love. No, it's not going to be. It's going to be something you need to release. So don't let that energy is going to try to trick you into keeping it there, because it feeds off of your sadness, off of your grief, off of your lack of energy, your lethargy. I love that word. It feeds off of that, your pain. All right. So don't allow that to happen. Saying no. Take a deep breath. Fill yourself with love and light. Allow yourself to be as sparkly as possible. You are very dazzling, a sparkly light. That is your true self. Now go back to work. All right, my pictures, they just keep changing. And that's a good thing, because that means that I am getting through one layer to the next layer to the next layer. So if your pictures change, of what you think of changes, if people you think of changes, if experiences change, that's good. But stay focused on it, and you'll know when it's the right time to stop. When you feel complete, that's when you stop. Trust yourself, trust your intuition. Only rely on your own intuition. You know what's best for you. If you need to stop now, stop now. If you need to stop now, it's probably because you haven't built up enough light in yourself. So go back to that. So if you feel like, oh my God, I can't take it. I can't focus anymore. I don't feel grounded. I feel fearful. Go back to love and light and fill yourself more. Fill yourself more. Allow your angels to be around you. Allow your positive, highest vibe beings support you. You have to feel good about what you're doing. You might see a part of your body. You might be working on your brain or your heart. And again, take your hand and just clear. Imagine you're clearing that whatever's stuck in there out. And then immediately you ask it to fill with your own energy. Now, one of the best ways to do this is say your name repeatedly in your mind's eye. Your first, middle, last, however many names, or whatever name you associate with best, or it could be all of your names. Say your name over and over again. And that's how you will remember who you are and what your divine energy is, your inspiration, your true soul energy, who you are. And I say this because the more we get laden onto ourselves, in our bodies, in our energy fields, in our auras of other people's, the more we forget who we are. And if you have a hard time making decisions, it's simply because you are not in your alignment and you've forgotten who you are. And that's okay. That's okay. It happens to us all. But remember who you are, because we need this world to get back on track. We need to find our alignment. We need not to be distracted by all the news and all the things that are going on right now in this world. You need to stay focused on the light. Please stay focused on your own light, how amazing you are. You are light workers. We are here to heal our bodies and this world. So let's do it. All right. If you have any questions at all, email me, info@RobinEagleSage. Call me, 808-268-8501. or check out my website, medicalintuitivetraining.com. And please write your comments below this video and share with us what happened when you did this, when you watched this video, or what happened after you did this meditation on your own. Support each other by getting involved, saying that yes, this is a normal thing. This does work, and you will have so much energy when you finish clearing and filling. Blessings, everyone.